Well, the big moment, of course, at the Excellence Awards is the Lifetime Achievement, and this year it went to Hector Duff. This is what happened.
Would you believe it, ladies and gentlemen, we managed to keep it secret. Congratulations, Hector. We know it's your family.
Hector was 23 when he started fighting in tanks and went up to El Alamein. Once that was over, they moved further west to Tunis, and it was on the 8th of May, 1943, that Hector distinguished himself. He was driving a scout car for the brigade commander. And that sounds safer than tanks, but it wasn't, because his brigade commander was Brigadier Looney Hind, known throughout the army as Looney because he was mad. He was terribly, terribly brave, fearless, and always wanted to be right up at the front of the brigade in his scout car. And this photograph shows you just what a lightly armoured vehicle it was. Anyway, on the 8th of May, they were attacking an airfield called Proctville near Tunis. And they were being shelled, as usual, and then a machine gun post opened up against them and stopped the scout car. Hector got out, grabbed the Bren gun from the top of the vehicle and charged the machine gun post and neutralized it, and so they could go on. Brigadier Hind thought, well, this was up to his standard of madness, and so he wrote a citation, which I've got here, and I'll just quote one bit from it. It says, "Corporal Duff displayed great calmness and initiative on this occasion." He added, "In the nature of the job, this NCO was undoubtedly under fire more than any other scout car driver in the brigade, and this incident is selected as an outstanding example of his devotion to duty and disregard for his own personal safety." It was written within 3 days, it was signed by the divisional commander, signed by the commander-in-chief, an immediate military medal. A wonderful achievement. The brigade was then sent to Salerno for the landings in Italy, which were very hairy indeed. My father was involved in them. And he was wounded there, Hector. And then he came back to the UK for a spot of leave, and then the brigade got ready for the D-Day landings. They landed on Gold Beach on the 6th of June and had that very difficult fighting to capture Caen. The brigade commander was eventually bowler-hatted, or really sacked, because he was just a bit too mad. And Hector had a series of brigade commanders for whom he drove that scout car right through to Germany and Berlin. They finished the war in Schleswig-Holstein. Hector went to Berlin for the parade, and he was collared by now General Looney Hind to be his driver, when Looney Hind was the deputy commander of the British sector in Berlin. This all says several things to me. First of all, what an amazing man Hector is, what a brave man he is, and how he can persuade people to respect him and love him.
He's just a great old boy. Everybody likes him, everybody knows him. Nobody's ever had a bad word, and I've known a few fellas that he's booked and arrested, and they've sort of said, "Oh, it's all right." Copper Duff, as they used to call him. I get called Hector quite regular by some of the people, but he's just a likeable old boy, isn't he?
No, he's a remarkable man, and I think that if anybody in the Isle of Man, a true Manxman, he's got to get these appointments. We're getting on the right people if we pick Hector.
And if he says he's going to do a job, he will do a job, and he'll never let anybody down.
I just wanted to say how he inspires us all every day with what he's done and what he's achieved, and how old he is now, and he's still kind of out doing everything. He's got a better social life than me at 22, and you try and go and see him and he's never there, and he's just an amazing person. I think everybody needs to know him and needs to kind of feel his warmth and just how lovely he is.
He's a man that never stops. I don't know where he gets all his energy from, to be quite honest. At his age, 94, 95, I don't know where he gets his energy from, because instead of relaxing, he's on the go all the time. His diary must be full.
He's so modest, and I think the lovely thing is that he can go to the children in the school, and he can adapt his way of talking about the army and the war to those young children, and they understand it completely.
To me, the young policeman, the young cadet, he was the perfect role model because he had respect of everybody.
In 2012 he got the BEM. This year he got the Tybalt honour, and then he got the French medal, and now he's getting this award. It's absolutely fantastic for him, and no one deserves it better.
A wonderful family man, and has a lovely family around him now, even though his wife is gone.
Yeah, yes. She's gone some while ago now, but the two sons and daughter-in-law are quite a wonderful support to him all the time.
The actual day of the funeral is the first time I've seen my father cry. Just as the hearse drove off, and he said, "Oh, the poor old girl."
He put his hand on it.
What he felt, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. But you knew, obviously, he was upset.
Grandad doesn't really show his emotions too much. So even when Nana did die, he didn't show emotions, and then his daughter died, who was my mother, and again he didn't show any. I think he's the rock, really. I think he feels if he shows emotions, then we all show emotions. But Grandad, he hasn't certainly spoke to me too much about it. But Grandad's Grandad.
Mum and Pop were inseparable, really.
Yeah.
They never went anywhere without each other. They were there together day and night. And after she died, I said, "You mustn't refuse anybody that invites you out. You mustn't refuse to go." And since then, he's never been in the house.
No.
He's never refused anything.
No.
Yes, he's got so many friends. He's never alone, and he's never in. You can't get him at home. He's always out doing something.
I still look at him now, and he doesn't look any older than he did 30 years ago. He doesn't run around the park with me like he used to then, don't get me wrong, and he was always a better footballer than me as well. So, but I haven't tried him since. We might have to try to get him out on his 95th birthday.
You might win then.
Yeah.
Most sergeants used to try and catch you out doing something wrong. Hector, when he became a sergeant, used to go with you and he'd have a cup of tea in the back lanes.
And show you where to go.
He says he's going to be 100, so...
He will.
And he probably will do.
In the 40 years since he left the police force, he's carried on, still helping people out. He drives around helping people 40 years younger than him. And he's still helping them out and taking them shopping and things and helping them out. And that's the way he always has been and always will be.
What a man, what a story.
Hector the hero.
What else can you say about him? He's an inspiration to us all, really. I just hope that we can live up to how he is, really. And
Congratulations, Hector.
Well done, Hector.
Congratulations,
Dad. Well done on tonight.
Well done.